Hey everyone, Russ Mullen here. I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on how I use EasyRx in my office. So this is how to put a new patient into the system, into the EasyRx system, how to um, link a scan, a digital tooth scan, and how to manipulate that scan and prepare it for sending it to the printer. So we'll go over all those things today. Done that already. So this is what will happen. It shows the little gears and an orange box. That means that guy's been optimized. So we're going to go ahead and open this upper arch file so that we can adjust it. So this is the STL file that we're gonna edit. So we're gonna edit it, not view it. Let me click on that. Great. So this comes up. Now you see, this is the upper arch here. So you notice, I'm gonna enlarge it a little bit so we can see it a little better. So we can drag and rotate it, or we can pan it. So those are our options. So you notice the yellow dots and the line that's there. EasyRx kind of puts that in there for you, but that's the base of that's going to form the base of the model. But I don't really like that base very much, so we're going to do our own. So to start with, we have this box over here, and it's easy enough. You're just going to start from the top and work your way down to put a nice base on the model. So first of all, just orient the model. So click on this, and the instructions pop right out. Click the left molar. So we'll just click anywhere. It doesn't matter where you click on the tooth. This is just getting a general orientation. So click on the left molar, click between the first anteriors, and then click the right molar. Completing orientation. So that just tells the software how the model is oriented in space, and still you can move it around after it's done. Okay, then we're going to click on this to minimize it, to get it out of the way, and then next step down, trim model. So we are going to okay, so now we are going to adjust, use easy model trim. So you notice after I clicked on that, all the yellow dots went away. That's because we're going to make our own trim path. So I'm going to click the mouse, hold shift, and drag the mouse around my trim path. And I'm going to let go of the mouse, let go of shift, reorient the model, hold down shift, click the mouse again, and continue dragging. Unclick the mouse, unclick shift to reorient the model, and then click shift, click the mouse, go around again. Hold shift and click the mouse, hold the mouse button. So I'm not clicking on each of those dots, those are generated automatically. I'm just holding shift and holding down the left click on the mouse as those are generating. And then once you get around to where you started, it connects automatically. So when you see that turn green, that means you had a continuous, you made it all the way around. Good. So now what we can do is just move the model around and adjust individually into these dots that we want to move up or down. So you just click on a dot, move it around to get it perfect. Sometimes in the palette, if you're off on the path, this being kind of, oops, got that guy way out of whack there. All right, good enough for demonstration purposes. So anything above this, anything above the orange dots, that is going to remain. Anything apical to the orange dots, that's going to go away. That's going to be trimmed away from the model and go away. That allows you to have as small a model as possible, essentially, while all keeping the important parts. Okay, and then we come over here, back over to this box, and click Trim Model once we're happy with that. Good, so you see it cut away all of those, any point apical to my model trimming path. One other thing we do in my office, you notice the position cutting plane over here. A lot of times we like to print the models on their heels, like, so that they're standing, so that this, the second molars are standing on the plate. So I'm going to show you how to do that position cutting plate. So I clicked on this cut model position cutting plate, and you click on make one blue dot and another blue dot, and those connect each other automatically. So this gray, you see that gray plane, three-dimensional or two-dimensional plane, that's going to slice the model. So if we wanted, let's say, just make it easier to see, I'm going to go through the middle of the tooth there. Normally we'd want to leave that whole second molar, but just to make it easier to see, I'm going to do it like that, and then we'll trim the model again. And that cuts that off. So now that is a flat plane connecting those, because we did a cutting plane there. Okay, now I'm going to go back over to this box window over here, click that to minimize it. Now we're going to add a base. So let's do a regular base. I don't do a hollow base. I feel like it's more accurate to do a regular base. So we just click on regular bases to make there, but we usually like to do the thinnest base. And then shift this around so we can see it. Okay, so now what we've got over here, thinnest base, wall thickness, that's only if you have a hollow base, and the drain holes, those aren't necessary either. So now we're gonna add base. Click on this button down here. Actually, before I do that, I'll drag it up a little bit. Okay, so you see it added a solid base to the model. I don't know, let me zoom in a little bit. You can see where the gingiva looks normal right here, and then this looks kind of striated or artificial. That's where everything above here in this area was trimmed away, but it was made flat to, so it's a nice flat base that you can put on the printer. There we go. This yellow box, this doesn't usually show up. This just means this area is tooth. You can't put a label there, because that's the next thing we're going to do is add a label. So we're going to go back over here, reduce it a little bit, and add a label. So you can just click whatever you want, patient name, patient initials. You can add as many things as you want. We're just going to use the patient name, and sometimes we'll do the date, sometimes we'll do upper. Okay. Font size, I don't know, regular, sure, whatever. Engrave or emboss. So engraving engraves it into the model. Embossing it makes it come out of the model. So we're going to engrave it in the lingual part of the model. If you wanted to have something appear in an Essex, for instance, like a number or something, then you'd want to emboss it, because that would be protruding from the tooth. So let's engrave it. Position the first label. So I'm going to click on where I want it to start, click where I want it to stop, and there it is. So you can look at it, make sure it's where you want it, and add label. Good. So that's engraved in there. And that looks really nice. So that's going to print like that. You'll be able to see it engraved in there when it comes out of the printer. So then we'll just save the model. And you can name it whatever you want. We usually do, come on buddy. We usually do the patient's name and then final, meaning it's the final edit, upper. That just makes the file name easy to find in your system. Save model. So then it says this pops up. The model was saved to the patient file. So you're good to go. So then we go back to the patient's file. I'm going to go to another window here, right here. Sorry, right here.